the perilous ascent, ultranationalism, militarism, and the genesis of World War I. The cataclysm of World War I remains a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for self-destruction. Beyond the immediate triggers of assassination and diplomatic failures, the underlying currents of ultranationalism and militarism propelled Europe toward a devastating conflict. The great powers, gripped by a fervent belief in their own exceptionalism and an unwavering commitment to military might, embarked on a path of escalating tensions and ultimately war. This essay will explore the multifaceted roles of ultranationalism and militarism in the lead-up to World War I, illustrating how these potent ideologies fostered an environment where war became not only conceivable but seemingly inevitable. Ultranationalism, characterized by an excessive and often fanatical devotion to one's nation, permeated the political and social landscapes of pre-war Europe. It was a complex phenomenon, fueled by historical grievances, economic rivalries, and a deeply ingrained sense of cultural superiority. Unlike healthy patriotism, which encourages pride in one's country while respecting others, ultranationalism promoted the idea that one's nation was inherently superior, deserving of expansion and dominance. This sentiment manifested in various forms across the continent. In Germany, Pan-Germanism gained significant traction, advocating for the unification of all German-speaking peoples under a single, powerful state. This ambition extended beyond mere cultural unity, envisioning a German-led empire that would dominate Central and Eastern Europe. German ultranationalists openly coveted territories held by neighboring countries, fueling anxieties and tensions. Their rhetoric often demonized other nations, particularly France and Russia, portraying them as enemies of German progress and civilization. Similarly, in Russia, Pan-Slavism emerged as a potent force, promoting the unity and liberation of all Slavic peoples, often under Russian leadership. This ideology found resonance in the Balkans, where Slavic populations chafed under the rule of the Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires. Russia, viewing itself as the protector of the Slavic world, became deeply involved in the region's turbulent politics, offering support to nationalist movements and exacerbating tensions with Austria-Hungary. France, still smarting from its defeat in the Franco-Prussian War of 1870 to 1871, harbored a deep-seated revanchist sentiment. French ultranationalists yearned to reclaim the lost provinces of Alsace and Lorraine, fueling animosity towards Germany. This desire for revenge permeated French society, influencing public opinion and shaping government policies. The Austro-Hungarian Empire, a multi-ethnic state struggling to maintain its cohesion, faced its own unique challenges. Nationalistic aspirations within its borders threatened to tear the empire apart. Ethnic groups such as Serbs, Croats, and Czechs increasingly demanded greater autonomy or even independence. This internal turmoil made Austria-Hungary particularly sensitive to nationalist movements in neighboring countries, especially Serbia. Ultranationalism's influence extended beyond the realm of political ideology. It seeped into popular culture, shaping public perceptions and attitudes. Newspapers and popular literature often glorified war and military prowess, depicting foreign nations as threats and enemies. This constant barrage of nationalistic propaganda fostered a climate of hostility and suspicion, making it increasingly difficult for political leaders to find common ground and resolve disputes peacefully. Hand in hand with ultranationalism came the rise of militarism, an ideology that prioritized military strength and preparedness above all else. Militarism was characterized by a belief in the effectiveness of military solutions to political problems, a glorification of military values, and a strong emphasis on military spending. The major powers of Europe engaged in a relentless arms race, each striving to outdo the others in terms of military technology and manpower. Germany, under Kaiser Wilhelm II, became a leading exponent of militarism. The Kaiser, himself a staunch believer in military might, poured vast resources into expanding the German army and navy. Germany's naval buildup, in particular, alarmed Great Britain, which saw its maritime dominance threatened. This Anglo-German naval rivalry became a major source of tension in the years leading up to World War I. Other European powers also embraced militarism. France, determined to avenge its defeat in the Franco-Prussian War, significantly expanded its army and modernized its military equipment. Russia, seeking to regain its standing as a major power, invested heavily in its military, despite its economic limitations. Austria-Hungary, facing internal unrest and external threats, relied heavily on its military to maintain order and project power. The glorification of military values permeated European society. Military uniforms became fashionable, and military parades were common occurrences. Young men were encouraged to join the armed forces, and military service was seen as a sign of patriotism and honor. This pervasive militaristic culture fostered a belief in the inevitability of war and made it difficult for political leaders to resist the pressure to resort to military solutions. The complex web of alliances that crisscrossed Europe further exacerbated the situation. The Triple Alliance, consisting of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, was formed to counter the perceived threat from France and Russia. The Entente Cordiale, later expanded to include Russia, was a loose alliance between France, Russia, and Great Britain, designed to check German ambitions. These alliances, while intended to provide security, created a system of mutual obligations that made it difficult for any one nation to back down from a conflict. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, in Sarajevo on June 28, 1914, provided the spark that ignited the tinderbox of European tensions. Austria-Hungary, with the backing of Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia, demanding sweeping concessions that would have effectively undermined Serbian sovereignty. Serbia, backed by Russia, refused to fully comply with the ultimatum. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia on July 28, 1914. The alliance system quickly drew the other great powers into the conflict. Russia mobilized its army to support Serbia, prompting Germany to declare war on Russia. Germany then launched an attack on France, triggering the Schlieffen Plan, a strategy that called for a rapid conquest of France before turning east to face Russia. Great Britain, bound by treaty obligations to defend Belgium, declared war on Germany after German troops violated Belgian neutrality. The outbreak of World War I was not a sudden, unexpected event. It was the culmination of years of escalating tensions fueled by ultranationalism and militarism. These ideologies created a climate of fear, suspicion, and hostility that made war seem not only possible, but almost inevitable. The great powers, blinded by their belief in their own exceptionalism and their commitment to military might, stumbled into a conflict that would have devastating consequences for Europe and the world. The lessons of World War I remain relevant today. Ultranationalism and militarism continue to pose a threat to international peace and security. We must be vigilant in combating these ideologies and promoting a world where diplomacy, cooperation, and mutual respect are valued above all else. Only then can we hope to prevent another catastrophic conflict like World War I.